Good morning. It's Friday. We do a quick start. We started about 8:22-ish. It is 8:22. We nailed it. It is the 15th of March, so we're going to talk about the 15th protocol in just a second. 90 days out from March 15th puts us at June 13th. So your activities today will get you opportunities in and around the 13th. 90-day window is all. DTD2, we wrap up this week with calling our T's and our J's, and we are texting our C's. We're going to get out of here at 8:30 and make way for the Mark King. He and Rebecca Rose are going to take you through Wealth Building 2.0. That conversation on the face space right here. Just go to Wealth Building 2.0. You can join the group. Even if you're not a member of the group, you can still obviously watch the conversation. Above and beyond all that, it's a great conversation about saving, investing, trying to move as much as you can with cash and not credit and all that kind of stuff. It's a great conversation about your wealth strategy. And as Mark will tell you, if you feel like you don't have a wealth strategy, you do. It just might not be a great one. So great conversation we always want you to be part of on Fridays at 8:30. So that is Wealth Building 2.0 coming up in just a few minutes with Mark King and Rebecca Rose. Actually, I think Mark is away, so it might just be Rebecca Rose. I don't know. You'll see. It'll be worth your time, I assure you. We have Coffee with a Capper coming up later this morning. That's at 11 o'clock. That'll be here at Facebook Live as well. We are talking to Taylor Medeiros Beatty. She is a phenomenal talent in her first handful of years of real estate, absolutely lighting the world on fire. Going to talk to her about her journey, how she got to this stage of her career and what she's doing right now. To make a difference, to get listings, to serve her clients. That's at 11 o'clock, brought to you by our dear friends at Movement Mortgage. So you will see the Brad Kelly and myself and Taylor, 11 o'clock, Facebook Live right here. We'll have that conversation. Then 1 o'clock on Fridays, as always, Essential Forms with your brokers. That's at kellertv.com. That is, of course, a contractual and, it's not an evergreen conversation. So we put that on Keller TV. That will be live as it's happening. We do not record that. So you have to be there for that conversation. But again, Mondays at 1, Fridays at 1, and of course, Wednesday mornings, unprecedented access to your brokers. So make time for that this afternoon if you are free. So let's talk about what's going on today for most people in their business. It is the 15th protocol. The 15th day of the month, we call it the 15th protocol. It's halftime. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. For you to attempt to try to make adjustments to what's going on in the month of March, on March 32nd, I'll let you think about that. It may be too late. Just a thought. So what we want to do is on the 15th of the month, we take stock of where we are based on our goals, right? If you're doing a 411, which is actually backwards, right? So we call it a 411 because that sounds sexy and it makes sense. It's your information. It's a 114, actually. It's your annual goal, chunked down to your monthly goal, chunked down to the 4 weeks in the month. So you can not look at the 365 days and say, oh, I've got all this time to get this done. I'm going to chunk down my annual goal divided by 12, and then 12 divided by 4. So you've really got all the weeks of the year to make sure you're building towards that goal. So you're making it bite-sized as opposed to, and the other challenges too, even though the great Rory Vaden talks about, procrastination on purpose. Sometimes that gets in our way because we're like, well, I've got all year to do it, and we keep putting it off. Yet we needed the entire year because there was a year's worth of activities to accomplish said goal. Not like as long as I get it done by the end of the year. So 2 weeks into, here we are at the 15th of March. What were your goals for March? What were your goals for the first 2 weeks? Are you tracking to hit your goals? And if you are, then we keep moving forward. If we're behind our goal, we don't lower the goal, we up the activities. And if you're off track, you can probably look back at your calendar and say, okay, I had this schedule, but my face didn't show up. It's rare. I had a handful of conversations this week, and if I let you guys talk enough, you sort of verbalize. You know exactly what you need to do. Sometimes your conversation with me, your coach, is just the reminder, right? Diana Kokoska, great MAPS coach. She was the president of MAPS for years. She really gave birth to MAPS coaching. And she said to me years ago at a coaching skills camp, she's like, our job really as leaders and coaches and peers in this real estate game or in any business for that matter, it's not really to teach people, it's to remind people. When I teach business planning clinic this fall, when we do the business planning clinic halftime at the end of June going into 4th of July weekend, there's not going to be anything new. You might hear something new, but there's not going to be anything new that I'm presenting. These are tried and true models and systems. You're just going to be ready to hear it. So my job is to continue to remind you. I know more often than not, 99% of what comes out of my face, you sort of hear the audio from the Peanuts, the teacher with Charlie Brown, like none of it's clear. And it's not that it's not clear. You've heard it before, and I've turned into background noise. But then you hear me or Gary or Nathan or anybody who's offering help say something, and you hear it for the first time. And you might have heard it a myriad of times, but you hear it for the first time because you're ready to hear it because your business, your personal life, you have arrived at a space where the information is required for you to move forward. When we hit that achievement ceiling in our business, we have to ask ourselves, do I require a tool, a system, or a model? A tool, a system, or a relationship to move forward. Sometimes it's just one of those three things. Sometimes it's two of those things. Sometimes it's all three. So what could you use right now? What do you require right now? Who needs to show up for you right now? And maybe it's you. Where do you stand today on the 15th of the month? According to the 15th protocol, it's halftime. What activities do we change to make sure we get back on track so we can look back at March on Monday, April 1st, actually. And actually Sunday, March 31st is Easter weekend. So how do we walk in here Monday, April 1st and not feel like fools? Because we took time today to make sure that we are on track. And if we are off track, it's not about changing our goal and lowering it. It's about addressing our activities, strengthening them, applying them, and leaning into them. It's that simple. It's not easy because we have to put ourselves in check, but it is that simple. If I can help with these conversations, I'd love to. Let me know. It is 603-834-2856. You can book my face at meetwithcoach.com. It is a Friday quick start. We're getting out of the way now at 8:30, so you can go to Wealth Building 2.0 with Mark King and Rebecca Rose. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day. Keep it safe. Keep it smart. We'll see you on the internet and around the market center. Coffee with a Capper with Taylor Medeiros Beatty and the Brad Kelly with Movement Mortgage today at 11 o'clock. I'll see you then. Take care.